Alright, what's going on YouTube? If you're just joining for the first time, my name is Levi. I am a software engineering college student and I make tech videos. So if something like that interests you, please consider subscribing. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about my everyday carry, and this is a video I have never done before, but I thought it was going to be cool to do one. And I just want to say my EDC changes very often, but everything we're going to be talking about in today's video is something I have been carrying on me for at least the past 3 months. So they're still fairly recent. So whenever I'm putting together my EDC, I try to make sure it's very functional and effective. This is what I carry on me every single day when I'm going to classes, or let's say when I'm going to work. So I try to make sure everything I'm carrying is what I actually need when I'm out, and not just me carrying out excess luggage. So before we start talking about all the tech and the gear and all the fun stuff, I only think it's fair we start off with where all those tech actually goes into in the first place, which is my backpack. So my everyday bag is the camera bag from Bag Smart. This is essentially a camera bag. It has all those divided spaces where you can, put in your camera gear, your lenses, and whatever else you need. It's currently empty because the camera and everything else I put in here is what I'm currently using to record this video, and we're going to get into that later on in this video. In my opinion, the bag is really nothing fancy. It's just something that is very effective for me. It's something I can use to carry my camera gear and also fits my 16-inch laptop. So it pretty much works for me. Another thing I like about this bag is just that it has a lot of, hidden pockets and hidden, compartments where you can fit things very easily. You don't always have to access the main compartment of the bag. You can just easily fit things in because it just has a lot of, pockets around the bag, so you can just easily fit whatever you want on the go. But like I said, nothing fancy. It's just very effective for what I need it for. So moving on to tech and gear, the first thing on the list has to be this 16-inch M2 Pro MacBook Pro. I got this MacBook in early February 2024 when I got my first big boy job. So it's not been up to a year since I've had this. But prior to getting the MacBook Pro, I've always used the M1 Mac Mini. This actually worked pretty well for me, but the only problem I had with this was that it was a desktop. But the laptop I used to carry with me then was a Dell Inspiron. I don't have it right here with me, but that laptop wasn't great. But after getting a better job, I was able to, save up to get the MacBook Pro, and this was by far the best purchase I made in 2024. No cap. This was the best purchase I made in 2024. It was an expensive one, but it was worth it. I've been using this MacBook Pro for literally everything from video editing to coding, running Xcode and Android Studio simultaneously. And this bad boy took it like a champ. Like, it never for once overheated on me or lagged for even a second. This MacBook is the 1TB version with 32 gigs of internal memory. This thing is an absolute beast. Like, I'm glad I spent the amount of money I spent on this. Like, I do not regret it. And I know you might be asking, is this an overkill for me? I will say for me personally, this is not an overkill, because for the amount of work I do, I would say this version of MacBook is actually the best. It's not an overkill, it's just the perfect recommendation. The main reason I got this exact MacBook Pro was because of the performance of the M2 Pro chip and also the battery life. And also the screen size, because I've always used a 16-inch laptop. Even when I was still in the Windows ecosystem, all my laptops has always been 16 inches. So that was also a valid reason why I got this. I just have a lot more visual real estate whenever I have to, work simultaneously or have split screens, which I do a lot. But regarding the chip, I will say in my opinion, the M1, the M2 and the M3 all have similar performance. I will say the only time you will notice a slightly better performance is when you upgrade to the Pro or the Ultra chips. But the base M1 chip, the base M2 chip, the base M3 chip, you wouldn't notice a damn thing. Trust me, there is no difference. The only time you will notice a difference is if you spend the money to get the M2 Pro or the M1 Pro or the M1 Ultra, or any of the M2 Pros or M3 Pros or M3 Max chips. That's the only time you'll notice any difference. And that's why I had to pay a little bit extra just to get the M2 Pro chip. I don't know why I said a little bit extra, because that was a significant price increase just to get the M2 Pro chip. Next up is the iPad Pro, and I believe this is the 2020 version, the 11-inch version. I actually got the iPad Pro because it complements the MacBook Pro pretty well. I mostly use this for notes taking whenever I'm in classes, and also whenever I need to, do something while I'm on the go, like write a script for a video or update one of my video scripts. I can easily pull this out and take notes with a pen or update my script with a pen without having to pull out my MacBook Pro or type on my small phone. So this actually comes in very handy. I use this way more often than I have ever imagined. I also use it to sketch out diagrams whenever I'm trying to understand or explain systems design in one of my videos. This comes in very handy because I can easily draw out whatever I'm trying to explain so it visually makes sense. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm a huge visual learner. Like, I need to draw it out to understand how it works. So this is invaluable to me. My most used app on this will have to be Notability, Notion, and Apple's Freeform app. I mostly use Notion to stay organized and productive. I use it especially to keep track of my content and also script writing, but I also use it to keep track of my software engineering project as well. I use Notability to take notes while I'm in classes. This app is the GOAT. I can easily draw or make notes on the professor's PDF or lecture slides and review them when I get home later when I'm studying. I mainly use Apple's Freeform app for whiteboarding. I can easily draw and visualize my idea whenever I need to easily. And this is where I also draw out those fancy systems design diagrams you guys usually see on my videos. But also whenever I'm outside and I'm using my MacBook Pro but I need a second screen, I can easily prop this up and use it as a second screen because it's still within the Apple's ecosystem. This way I have a dual monitor setup just as in my iPad. This has come in clutch a lot of times. Alright, next up is my phone. So I still use the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I know for some people that is kind of outdated, but for some people it's not, and I get it. The truth is that I've really never had any reason to, upgrade my iPhone. I've never had any problems with this phone, but I would say the battery has been, acting a little bit funny lately, but it still works, so I haven't seen any valid reason for me to want to change it yet. But if you ask me on a deeper level, I would say the main reason why I don't see a reason to switch from the iPhone 14 Pro Max is because there hasn't been any major improvements to the newer iPhones, except from the cameras. But as long as the functionality and the features of the iPhone itself is concerned, I haven't seen any major improvements to the newer iPhones, so I'm gonna continue sticking to my 14 Pro Max. Maybe one day when I don't know what to use money for, I can decide to switch to a newer iPhone. Real quick, before we move into the next item, let's get a word from today's sponsor, Tanka AI. I think I'm speaking for every software developer when I say team communication is at the heart of every successful project, especially in fast-paced tech roles. But let's face it, managing scattered emails, chats, and meetings can feel like a full-time job, and that is where Tanka comes in. Tanka isn't just another collaboration tool, it's the world's first messenger with AI long-term memory. It understands your chat history, business goals, and connected apps to deliver smart replies, actionable insights, and even on-demand memories. Imagine replying to emails in seconds, collaborating across Slack, WhatsApp, or Telegram with AI-powered smart replies, or breaking the language barrier with instant translations. Tanka transforms your workflow from chaos to clarity. So why not experience it for yourself? Go ahead and check the link in the description to learn more and join the waitlist. Thanks to Tanka for sponsoring today's video. Now moving on to headphones. For my headphones, I use the Apple AirPods and the Apple AirPod Max. This is actually one of the gadgets I regret ever spending money on, and at this point, I'm just using them to console myself for the ridiculous amount of money I spent on them, especially this AirPod Max. See, this AirPod Max is not just for me. And I understand that there are people out there that actually love them and will die to get their hands on one of them, but it's not just me. It's not worth it if you ask me. These things are in no way, shape, or form comfortable. Like, this is by far the most uncomfortable piece of tech I've ever used on my ears. Like, this thing is heavy. Majority of the weight doesn't go on the headband, but all the weight actually goes on your ear and not the headband, because once you put this on, the weight goes on your ear and not the headband. Like, it's crazy. It's hard to explain, but I don't know if it's just me. That's how it feels on my head. It's horrible. Like, I don't understand who thought about the designs for this AirPod Max, but these are horrible. My only problems with the regular AirPods, it's just the fit. It doesn't fit in my ears properly, and I can't count how many times I've been like mid-workout and this thing just falls off my ear. And I know, like, me complaining about the AirPods and also the AirPod Max makes it seem like it's my ear that has problems, and I'm pretty sure it's not my ears. I've also had people complain about, the AirPods, especially the AirPods, falling off their ears when they're working out or like taking a run or jogging. This doesn't just fit well in the ear. But I'm not gonna lie, they both sound pretty good, although the AirPod Max could use a little bit more volume. But the sound is actually very decent compared to other headphones on the market. And also, you can't beat the Apple ecosystem. Like, it's very easy to just pull this out, put them in, they automatically connect to your phone, and you can easily, swap them across your Apple devices, your iPad, and your MacBook Pros. So the Apple ecosystem is also one advantage to using the AirPods and the AirPod Max, even though this is a piece of failure. But like I said, I'm going to ride them till they die because I'm getting my money's worth from both of them. So next up is my watch, and this is actually the only gadget I know for sure I can never leave the house without, because I will literally turn back to go get this watch. And I'm pretty sure this is the Apple Watch SE. Yeah, this is the Apple Watch SE 40mm. This is by no chance a fancy watch or anything like compared to the Apple Watch Ultras or the Apple Watch Series 5 and all that. But this watch is so basic and functional. And the functionality is the main reason I can't leave the house without it. Like having this watch on my wrist is like having my phone on me every single time, because I can easily access my notifications, reply to text messages, and I can typically do those things I reach to my phone from my watch. And don't get me started on the fitness benefits of this Apple Watch. Like, I'm by no chance a gym rat, but I do work out pretty often. I work out 3 days in a week or more, and this watch is a game changer if you work out, because you can easily track your workout, you know, track your heart rate, which is very important for some people. I don't know about other people, but I'm very obsessed about my rings, and I try to close all my rings by the end of the day. And you know, just being able to look at my watch to see how far I have come for the day is very handy. So like, literally speaking, I cannot leave the house without this watch. It is a game changer. So the next one I carry on me, which is gonna seem pretty weird to some people, but it's my camera, the Sony ZV-E10 with the Sigma 18 to 50mm lens. I am into photography and filmmaking. Aside from tech and all these things I do on this channel, I'm also a photographer and filmmaker. So having a camera handy comes in clutch a lot of the times. I can't count how many times I've been on the go and I saw something really nice that I would love to capture, and I was just, you know, able to pull this out of my bag, take pictures, take videos, and, you know, get on my way. Or especially when I'm on campus, there are just a lot of things that, you know, happens on campus, and I just like to have my camera on me, you know, just to take pictures, take videos, and never miss a moment, basically. But, you know, looking at this, you would think it's heavy, but this camera is actually super light. Like, I can carry this all day without realizing it. This camera's quality is so good that I actually have 3 of them. I'm actually recording this video with one of them. My top down shot is the second one, and this is the third one, and this is the one I usually carry around in my backpack. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for a small, lightweight camera to carry around. Definitely look into it. And also, this is the Sony ZV-E10, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, this is the Sony ZV-E10. So moving on to the accessories and carry-on essentials, the first thing has to be my wallet. And I just want to put this out there that this wallet is not fancy in any way, shape, or form. I actually got this wallet from my college bookstore because it's a branded college wallet. It has the UC's beer card thing on it, so that is actually why I got the wallet. It's not because it's fancy or any designer's wallet or anything. It's actually very functional. The only thing I would say I don't like about this wallet is that it doesn't have any slots to put in cash. You can only put in cards in the wallet. It doesn't have any space for cash or anything. So that's the only downside to this wallet. And like I said, I only got it because it's a college branded wallet, and, you know, trying to support the school. And these are my card keys, and I'm actually including this because of the AirTag that is on the key itself. So pretty much every single thing that is important to me or is high value, I spend the money to get an AirTag, to put an AirTag on it. So my key has an AirTag, my wallet has an AirTag, my backpack has an AirTag, my camera case where I put most of my camera equipment has an AirTag, my car, there's an AirTag in my car. So like, this tiny piece of tech is worth every single dollar. Like, if you have anything that means a lot to you that you know you can easily misplace, or if you know it's something that can get stolen and it's gonna cost you a lot of money, definitely spend the cash and get an AirTag. Like, it's 100% worth it. Next up is this power bank from Tanka, and I mostly carry this because whenever I'm out and about, like let's say I'm on campus, I hate looking for power outlets to plug in my phone. I pretty much just leave one of this in my bag with a lightning cable. So if I ever need to charge my phone or my AirPod, I just, you know, pull this out. And I'm pretty sure I can get a full charge from my phone with this power bank. So it's definitely worth it. I think it's a 6700 milliamp power bank. So I can get a full charge from my iPhone and still have a little bit left to charge my AirPods if I want to. I don't know about you all, but I hate being caught off guard whenever I'm outside on campus or at work and I need to charge my phone or do something, and I don't have access to a charger for one, or two, I can't find a power outlet. So this is clutch, yo. Like, I definitely recommend it if you're someone that is usually out of the house a lot, which I am that person. Next up is this SSD from Samsung. It's the T7 Shield, the 4TB version. This is actually very handy, although I have a 1TB MacBook, but also having an external SSD where I can store most of my video files, most of my photography files, and pretty much any file that is large that I don't want to keep on my laptop to take up the space on my laptop, I pretty much put it on this SSD. The transfer speed of this SSD is actually insane. Like, this is the only SSD I have used that I know that I can edit my videos from directly. I used to have a Seagate 1TB hard drive. I don't think I have it here right now, but I used to have a 1TB Seagate hard drive. I couldn't edit from that hard drive. Like, it was just impossible. But this hard drive, since it's a solid state drive and SSD, I can easily edit from this. I would say if your laptop doesn't have a lot of internal memory or you handle a lot of files, I would say definitely get yourself an external SSD. It doesn't have to be this Samsung T7 Shield. For some people, this might be an overkill. 4TB might be an overkill. But if you're into video production or content creation or photography, I would definitely recommend the T7 Shield, especially the 4TB version, because I feel like that is not a whole lot, and also that isn't too little. Like, it's just the perfect size for people that are into content creation or doing photography. So moving on to productivity and creative tools, the next thing I'm about to talk about is actually something that I picked up recently, which is journaling. And this is the 5-minute journal by Intelligent Change. I also have the productivity planner by Intelligent Change as well. I don't know what company this is or who runs the company, or I don't know if they're a popular company or anything. I just love how they design their productivity product. I'm the kind of person that I have never been into journaling like all my life, but it's something I've started doing recently. And this journal makes it so easy to, you know, write down your thoughts at the end of the day and just kind of reflect on how your day went. So I would say if you're someone that is into journaling or you're someone that wants to pick up journaling, I definitely recommend this 5-minute journal by Intelligent Change. And it's actually not expensive. I don't remember how much I got it from Amazon, but I'm going to link it down in the description. Definitely get you one. It's actually very important you reflect on your day at the end of the day. So I also have this little field note from my work. This is where I write down most of my video ideas before I actually start scripting. So like whenever I have an idea for a video, I can start putting down the idea on this note or start like outlining the script on the go. It's very important for me because I tend to forget things easily, especially when it comes to video ideas. So whenever I have an idea for something, I always like to have this handy so I can easily write them down before I forget them. So now moving on to the last item I carry on me, and it's my colognes. And I typically carry 2 different colognes on me. This is Eternity Men and this is Create Adventures, and they're both from Scentbird. I pay for the Scentbird subscription. It's just nice to, you know, have pocket-sized colognes on you and you don't have to pay for the full bottle. It's a win-win. If you ask the people that are close to me, they will tell you how much of a cologne addict I am. I love colognes. I actually have a collection of them behind me, so I love to smell good and it's just something I like to invest in. So yeah guys, that wraps up my 2025 EDC, and this is literally everything I carry on me if I am going to work or if I'm going to school. Like I said, I try to make it lightweight and also very effective. I know it seems like a lot, but if you actually look into it deeper, it's actually not a lot. These are things I use every day, so to me it's not a lot. But like I mentioned earlier, I like to make my EDC very lightweight and effective, and everything I have talked about in this video is something I use every single day. But like I said, my EDC changes pretty often. I won't be surprised if I do a mid-year EDC and every single thing in this lineup has changed. But I don't think that's gonna happen because I think I have maxed out on the amount of gear I can actually use. Everything I have now or everything I'm using right now is very effective for me, and I don't see any reason to switch anytime soon. But if we're going to be talking about end of the year EDC, then maybe some things will change. I'm actually looking forward to the new MacBook Pros to see if there's any significant difference from the previous ones. If there is, I'm actually going to switch my MacBooks, but that's a whole topic for a different day. But yeah, let me know what you think about my everyday carry. If there's anything here you like, I have linked every single one of these items in the description if you're looking to get them or if you're just looking to check them out. But yeah, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're into tech and software engineering. I make videos about tech and software engineering and I try to upload every single week. So if that's something you're interested in, then consider subscribing. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.